Hi, Greg.
Mhm.
Um, I really did a number on my toe.
Yeah,
Um,
Samantha was telling me, I think you sent her a text or email or something, and so
It was in the Facebook
Facebook. I was in the Facebook
group.
thing. So
yeah,
you were just
I
doing a
got
yoga
some great.
posture, and that happened.
Yeah, I've got a really long second toe.
Okay,
I mean, it's about a half inch longer than my other toes,
okay.
and so I catch it from time to time. But this time, um, the the blood from whatever the trauma is
Hmm.
has gone all the way up mid. I can see it all the way up mid part of my foot. So um, I'm and the way that I
Can you
deal
send
with
Can you send me a picture? It doesn't have to be
yeah,
right now, but like email us a picture just so I
yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. It's actually the inflammation initially displaced the third toe, pushing it to the away from it. I've gone through this kind of trauma with being hit by the motor scooter,
Mhm.
um, and um, and then having popped my ACL a few years back. And what I find is that instead of feeling pain, as most people describe like a sensation, for me it is extreme sadness.
Mm.
And I'm having trouble managing it. Like I don't know how to release it. And it's I'm already dealing with other sort of things that sort of provoke the sadness. So
Mhm.
this on top of it is really I'm having trouble like
Okay.
managing life right now.
Yeah,
So I
sure.
really
And
like
you never
I
know. Like sometimes there's like body memory or muscle memory from old events that were physical or like just painful emotional events that like it physicalizes in us all. And so sometimes, like you said, like a posture can make it arise, or an injury. There was a therapy back in the 60s where they were treating psychological things that people were trying to process. They wouldn't do it with talk. They would put people in different body positions and then have the like emotion come, or the memory or whatever it is. And so yeah, that's a very real thing. um, uh, you've been putting helichrysum on it, which hopefully that's making you feel better. The sadness, you could try inhaling the helichrysum on the back heart, but the one that I might go to for you on that is, do you happen to have any benzoin? I think it's been in a kit in like the last few weeks or so. I can't remember what class it was, but like, wasn't it in
I
some?
can look through. I've never purchased it.
No, it would be something that you probably have in a kit. Like most people don't buy benzoin.
It was in the most recent meditation class, somebody saying.
It was in the last meditation class. The
um
the white light, whatever we call it. I can't
oh,
remember.
I have, yeah, then
Yeah,
I would have
it's
it.
it's in there. It's in there.
Okay.
Open that up and inhale it, and do a thing where you put your awareness on the area between your shoulder blades. And the thing that's really nice about benzoin, it's actually used in a lot of anointing oils in the Christian and Jewish tradition. And it's this interesting thing. Different oils, like when you get an injury like the tarragon, it kind of lessens like the kind of the shock effect that happens to the body and to the emotions when there's some sort of injury. And you could say, well, benzoin could fall in that a little tiny bit, but benzoin does something really super unique. It, like when you go through and inhale it, either thinking of the situation, or here, like it might be non-specific feelings that are just kind of coming to the surface and releasing. You put your awareness on the back heart, and the benzoin helps almost like disentangle from the situation and start to see it like at a distance. Like, you know how like sometimes when the emotion comes up, you just feel like you're in it and like you're entangled in it. And it was like, whatever I do, I just, whatever direction I turn, I can't, I can't turn away from it. I can't sit with it. I can't do any of this. Like benzoin helps you to like get this distance where you can go, oh, that is almost like a scientist looking at an experiment. Oh, that is hurt feelings, or that is sadness, or that is, and so in times where you have like an overwhelming feeling come up, or a feeling that you don't know what it's about, it could be just memory, and you have to keep into account that you could also be picking up things from somebody in your environment. Somebody that you're maybe close to or have interactions with or whatever, they might be having a hard time. And sometimes if you're a bit empathic, you pick up on other people's things. And so this benzoin would work for even that. Like it helps you to put a little bit of that distance between you and the situation, where you're still being kind of present with it. You're just like being present with it like while it's over there rather than here, if that makes sense. Since you
Yes.
have it in your kit, I would tear into that benzoin. It has a little bit of jojoba on it, so it probably won't irritate the skin, but usually benzoin by itself, it always has to be blended with things, because if you put it directly on the skin, like in a knead application, it's just a little bit irritating to the skin, just because of like what's in it. It's not really hot, it's just irritating to the skin. But there is enough jojoba in there that if you tap it out and get a drop or two on your skin, it shouldn't be irritating. I put just enough jojoba in there to make it so that you can apply it to the skin.
So applying it to the skin to inhale it, or apply it to the skin?
I don't know how
and
you inhale. Like some people inhale from the bottle, some people like to put it on their skin. Like some people like to tap it and do it like that. And so I made it so that either way you're good.
Okay. That's really, really helpful. And so
I
you
would
mentioned
say-
the empathic, sorry?
I would even try it like as soon as we're done talking, like pull it out and let me know even before we're done tonight.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the empathic piece, which
Mhm.
is really strong for me, and
Mhm.
I'm just learning to recognize it.
Mhm.
So this is something that I could use pretty regularly beyond this injury.
It would definitely be something where, because that's the thing, if you're a bit empathic, is you're kind of managing other people's feelings as well as your own. Like, you might not be trying to tell them to like, hey, calm down, but you're like, oh, I can feel this person's agitated. I can feel this person's upset. I can feel, and then you're sitting with your feelings too. And so it's a way to, like you said, put a perspective on that to where you'll probably still be aware of it, but you won't be so
I can disengage.
influenced by it. You know what I mean? It won't be so like in your face.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, boy, I totally wish that for you. Like that's hard when you have that thing where you can feel everybody's stuff.
so one other quick question.